Breaking news. So there is a new chapter that has just been added to the growing tensions between Russia and even the Western world, like between Russia and the British. Like as it stands, after British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced to the public, he even announced that the United Kingdom Armed Forces intercepted the Russian Shadow Fleet oil tanker. Guys, what does that mean? That means, according to Starmer, the operation demonstrates Britain's determination to enforce sanctions, like to enforce sanctions imposed on Russia following the war in Ukraine. So-called shadow fleet refers to a network of aging oil tankers, guys, that Russia is believed to use to transport the oil and petroleum products while attempting to bypass the Western sanction price caps. Now, these vessels have become a major concern for Western governments, like many operate under complex ownership. Guys, many people operate under complex ownership structure, then frequently changing flags and also often avoid the standard maritime transparency measures. But people are arguing that a fleet helps Moscow to continue generating billions of dollars for their country in oil revenue despite the international restrictions. Now, the interception is very significant, and because it signals a more aggressive approach by the Western countries in monitoring and even enforcing sanctions at sea. Now, rather than simply imposing economic penalties on paper, governments are increasingly willing to use the naval and the security resources to ensure compliance. For Britain, the matter, in fact, the issue goes beyond economics. Officials have reportedly expressed concerns, and these issues that is coming up between Russia and UK, officials have expressed how they feel about it. Officials have expressed concerns that some shadow fleet vessels may pose environmental security risk, like many of the tankers are reportedly older ships operating under conditions that could increase the likelihood of accidents, oil spills, or even maritime incidents. That means those tankers have to be changed. From Russia's perspective, such actions could be viewed as interference with legitimate trade activities. So Russia is a kind of seeing like you people are interfering into my affairs, which is not accepted. Moscow has consistently argued that Western sanctions are illegal and has sought alternative routes and methods to maintain export of its energy products. That means all those sanctions that UK or British government has placed on Russia tankers is illegal. So that is why Russia is still looking for routes to export their oil and maintain business going. So the broader implications extend far beyond Britain and Russia. Like global energy market remains highly sensitive to any disruptions involving the Russian oil exports. If enforcement actions takes place or become more frequent, then shipping companies, insecurers, energy traders, and even face increased uncertainties. They may face increased uncertainties, potentially affecting oil prices worldwide. So that is if all these things continues, if sanctions keeps coming, it may affect oil prices and energy shipment. This incident shows how the conflict between Russia and West is evolving. While headlines often focuses on military development in Ukraine, another battle is taking place between UK, that's British government, and Russia. That is a kind of economic front battle, which remains one of the Russia's most important source of revenue. So the Western government believe limiting those revenues can weaken Moscow's ability to sustain war efforts. I hope you understand that. That means if Britain is able to weaken some of the Russia's ability to generate income, then Russia will not be able to fund war. They will not be able to continue fund war efforts and even raise revenues to carry out some expenses they need to further the war with Ukraine. So that is what British government is aiming at. But Russia calls those sanctions illegal. Then ultimately, the story is about more than a single tanker. Like it reflects a larger struggle over economic power, energy security, and even international influence. I want you guys to tell me what you think in the comment section. And remember to come back for more information on this channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay tuned. Bye.